That was disgusting, Anthony.
I I was trying to make a segue there to work, but it was kind of hard. Anyways, so let me get this started. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're gonna start things off. Actually, let me do this. Boom. There we go. Let's start things off with this article regarding Discord, because it was funny. The day after we got done talking about Epic and the game storefront, Discord just kind of straight up said like, "Hold my beer," quite literally. Um, and the day after announced Discord Star offer or to offer developers 90% of game revenues, as well as a better price for game devs to produce content on their platform. This is written by Kyle Orland. This is from arstenica.com. Discord has announced that it will start taking a reduced 10% cut from game revenues generated on its online store starting next year. One up in Epic Store, and is currently announced 12% cut on the Epic Game Store. Quote, "We talked a lot to developers, and many of them feel that current stores are not earning their 30% of the usual 70-30 revenue share," Discord writes in the announcement. Because of this, we now see developers creating their own stores and launchers to distribute their games instead of focusing on what's really important, making great games and cultivating amazing communities. Turns out, it's not cost 30% to distribute games in 2018. The announcement continues. After doing some research, we discovered that we can build amazing developer tools, run them, and give developers the majority of the revenue share. The move comes alongside a coming expansion of the Discord Game Store, which launched earlier this year and was tightly curated section of games that now include roughly 100 titles. The coming self-serve publishing platform will allow developers, no matter what size, from AAA to single-person teams, to access the Discord store and the new 90% revenue share. So, Discord.
I'd like to point something out.
Yes.
Marcus needs to chill the fuck out.
What? Oh, I see. Okay. What? This? I was like confused. I was like, wait, is something going on in chat? I don't know.
I love that you're just like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, Marcus needs to fucking stop. You're right, Valer. Just say, I'm thirsty. I haven't drank in months. This is good. This is good for the industry. This is good for developers. This is good for consumers. This is competition. This is what we need to see. Steam better fucking come out of the woodwork tomorrow and be like, we're also gonna do 90%. Fuck! Like, they need to be scared. And I love that right now, for the sake of indie development, for the sake of selling games to gamers. I don't know why I said like that, but selling games in general. Epic and Discord are now having a little bit of a friendly consumerism battle. That ultimately will be nothing but good for everybody. So.
Yes. This Steam is on the hot seat. I wouldn't say that there's a ton of. I want to take that back. There is a lot of pressure on Valve right now. I do believe that.
Sorry, what the fuck, Valer?
Valer, calm down. Anyways, I will say that Valve is definitely in a situation right now where they are being pressured by all fronts, but even more so now with Discord entering the fray. Discord, as bias aside, we are using Discord right now. But Discord definitely is another player that have entered. What the fuck is going on?
I'm trying so hard to not fucking laugh at that. It's so bad, but also fucking hilarious. If you took out the indistinguishable part, it's just like, if it pleases you, I would like to have your pussy counterclockwise my penis. Fucking holy shit, that's funny.
God damn it, Valer.
That broke me, dude. That was too good.
Wow.
Counterclockwise my penis is.
That should be quote of 2018.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, put that on my fucking tombstone. That is so good.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Continue, Anthony.
That's
What do you
right.
got?
That's right. But yeah, it definitely Discord Internet Fray. Discord is another huge player in the game industry right now in regards to everybody's using it right now. Discord is kind of the universal chatting program and video program that people use right now to talk to one another, to make groups and whatnot. It is definitely a big player right now in the game industry and in the social space. So them coming out and saying like, "Hey, we see what Epic and Valve is doing. We're gonna one up that." Even more so for developers. On top of that, we already have an established base, and it keeps growing from here. So Discord is in a really good spot. It's a win-win for them no matter what. If it doesn't work out, like they'll still remain the same and continue riding next to the success of what Discord is. If it does work out, now you have what Discord is, and on top of that, a storefront to also bat at. So
Yeah, this ultimately, Anthony, reminds me of I was talking with some friends today about the HD DVD and Blu-ray battle, back in the day, and the reason Blu-ray won wasn't because it was a quote unquote superior, higher storage, higher capability device, because realistically, what you could do on a Blu-ray, you could do on HD DVD. What made Blu-ray win was that Sony put the Blu-ray player in their PS3.
yeah,
That was the holy hand grenade that destroyed HD DVD. If Discord can do this correctly, having their platform be the place where people communicate, which already is a thing, on top of having maybe cheaper games and developers going, well, it's exclusive on Discord now because we're getting such a big cut. That's huge. That's absolutely huge.
Absolutely. As far as like what this will look in the future, as far as like what the outcome is, over time we'll find out for sure. Like, give it another year or two, we'll tell you a different answer. In the immediate right now, I feel like it's going to be. I want to say it's going to be. Here's what it look like. There's going to be a bunch of indies that are going to jump on both Discord and Epic, and I think that even more so on Discord right now because of the offering looks so good to them right now. I think that you'll definitely get a good bunch, but over time it's going to give us another year or two to really dissect like what the results were from this for these announcements for the past couple week or two, to find out and understand which storefront is the dominant one, or maybe nothing changes and it's all just the same and Valve remains king. But it all depends on what's going to happen in the next year or two. It's going to be over time.
I significantly doubt that it won't have an effect. I totally see this being a huge like shakeup in the whole in the like selling game community, like not community, but you know what I'm trying to say, like
yeah. So
this to me having Epic and Discord jump into the distribution, the like PC distribution fray, very much reminds me of like I said, like that battle that I mentioned earlier, or even like the Super Nintendo versus Genesis battle.
Interesting.
It's because it's not going to be. It's a neck and neck battle right now. Like, we'll see where it goes. Like, right now, what's happening is we see the dominant one, the Goliath, if you will, looking down at the Davids. But what the Goliath doesn't realize is that the Davids have something up their sleeve. And that's better compensation for developers. Way better compensation for developers. So, like, I see this becoming a big thing. I see Steam and Valve kind of trying to adjust their entire thing to not lose people.
Yeah, that's going to be
developers.
Yeah, that's going to be really
developers going exclusive with one of the two.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough for Valve right now. If you're Valve right now, how do you retain people to stay on your platform knowing these announcements happen? Like the changing of your pricing of how you dish out money ends up benefiting the AAA, the big studios, but like the indie devs are going to be the ones screwed out of it, and you're hurting them more than you're helping yourself. So, yeah, what do you do with your Valve? Like, I don't know what would you do in this situation. I kind of feel like you have to ride it out, I guess, and see how it pans out.
Yeah, but Valer, what does Discord have that's similar to like saying, "Hey, use Source and get more money back"? For the listeners, by the way, Valer in chat said, "I mean, they could do it similar what Epic's doing with Unreal and say, hey, use Source and get more money back," which is totally like a hand that Epic can play over Discord and Valve. But Discord needs to do something where it's 90% back instead of 80%, which is what Epic's doing.
I wonder. I'll end it on this question because Valve has their Source engine that they could pretend. Is it out? Is it publicly like people can use, or they have to buy it to use it?
That is a very good question. I don't have your answer.
Because I would say they could do with the same thing as Epic does and like wave that off, but I'm not completely sure on what situation on that is. But overall, I feel like this will affect in due time. The immediate effect, I think, is going to be a lot of testing waters for a lot of developers, and you will see exclusive games coming to different platforms, especially in Discord, Epic, and Valve. This is going to be very, very interesting times for sure.
It's going to be interesting to watch, especially for somebody who doesn't buy PC games like me, where I buy all my games on Xbox and Switch. It's more fascinating to me than it is an effect on me.